Oh boy, there's always something on those walls, or a sweater, or
team
there's a picture.
that,
Lots.
this team went undefeated.
Yeah.
Or these guys won.
Yeah.
Went to
Yeah.
a Western Canadian
Yeah.
Championship, something like that.
Well, back in the day in the old building, we did have a little bit there. They did make an attempt, right? There was
Yep.
a few pictures and a few pennants hanging. So we're getting back to that, and it's a starting point, right? Got to start somewhere.
Bringing some of those back and then starting to build on that. And I like the fact that we've sort of upgraded on that. You're right. We had some pictures and we had some stuff like that, but it looked a little bit like a home scrapbooking project,
Yeah.
And this stuff that we're starting to do now certainly doesn't look like that at all. It's professional and it's top shelf, and it's the right way to celebrate those things.
Yeah, and what can you say about Glenn and Kathy Valentino and all those guys that put that together? It's terrific,
Amazing. I know that they've been working along with the city, but it's really largely been driven by a couple of those volunteers. Like you say, Kathy Valentino, Glenn Laycock have spent a lot of their sort of time and brain power pushing for that and making sure that it happened, and it's coming to fruition. So it's great for them to get a chance to have a night like this, and we certainly don't want to miss recognizing them on a day like today, because they really are great hockey supporters. This game today, the Wall of Fame game, looks a little bit like a couple other alumni games that Glenn has done before, and he's a guy that won't let these things die, and he's one of the guys that's really pushing for us to celebrate our history and to keep building our hockey program and our hockey pride.
Yeah, and somebody has to pick up from Glenn and keep the ball rolling from here on in, right?
Absolutely. He's going to last a long time, but he's not going to last forever.
That's right.
A little bit like us. Hey, interesting, we haven't talked too much about the game, and we probably won't too much, but it was interesting to see that Orange started that line of Krentz and Chernesky and Long, who got a couple of their goals in the other half and looked like they had a bit of jump. So there is a little bit of competitive spirit here in these two teams. We thought maybe it was just going to be a bit of a public skate, but the guys are out here. They've hockey players, right? You can't turn it off.
Well, you remember the All-Star game this year? The All-Star game was like, well, as soon as you were going to shoot, everybody got out of the way and let the guy shoot. It was really, really fluff, and there was no zip in it. There's a little bit of jump in these guys. There's some competitive stuff going. Oh, off the look at that.
A little bit of pop. Maybe used to playing in bigger arenas. Place with a higher ceiling, because that was a pretty high flip shot. He was looking to find Quentin Holmes, who played with the Dauphin Kings for a couple of years.
Right.
Young guy back here now working at Valet. He's got his family going, and really smooth player. It's nice that he gets a chance to come out and skate with some of his buddies. He had a really good career in Dauphin and played some North Stars here too, right? Did all his minor hockey all the way through in the system here.
I'll go off a little bit here, but I was talking to some people from Rogers there, Maggie, who runs this show here, and we always take a back seat to like London, Catherine's, Saskatoon, and I said, I asked her, I said, how do we stack up against those places? She says, absolutely fantastic. She said, we're above the rest. I think
we've kind of blown them away. I know my mom lives down in Brandon, and Brandon had one of the first hometown hockeys, and so she went down and had a look, and she said really it wasn't anything like this. I guess maybe Brandon's a bit bigger town, so they didn't organize as much stuff around it, and she said it was a nice event, but it certainly wasn't, I don't think, what we saw here today, with everything from fireworks to a Wall of Fame game to the Bubble Man and the jigging contest. And so it was nice to tie Winterfest in and make this such a huge celebration, and I agree. I think this is probably one of the biggest sort of events that they're going to see all around Rogers Hometown Hockey. So top marks to the organizers here in Thompson, and again, one more shout out to Rogers, because the stuff that they brought in here looks really professional. It turned the parking lot into, we walked up and Murphy, my little guy, said to me, Dad, this looks like Nickel Days for the winter time, and it really did kind of feel like that. It's a total carnival festival atmosphere out there with the music and the interactive booths and the giveaways and all that.
Well, the weather, like you said earlier, cooperated so well that it was the nicest day of the winter, really was. And the wind wasn't there, and it was, because I seen a lot of little ones there, like 1 and 2 year olds and stuff. You can't keep them outside in that wind, but they could actually participate and get around.
They could be outside for an hour, hour and a half without too much trouble.
Sure.
And a chance to take in, like you say, the hockey shoot, and they had that little sort of arena for playing boot hockey, and the little guys that you can put your face behind an NHL player's jersey and equipment and all that stuff. So
did you notice the Leaf one there? The legs were all bent and the skates were all bent. Nobody got beyond. Just another kick at the Leafs. I'm a Leaf fan too, so what the hell?
Bummer. I'm surprised they didn't have a Jets guy out there. That was a bit of a disappointment, but that's how it is. I guess everybody wants to be Sidney Crosby. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
Little chip up. Chernesky now on a bit of a break. Dangles one way, the other way, but there you go. Kind of like we said, Tyler Davis, once he starts to settle in, pretty hard to get around him.
Well, Tyler Davis was a North Star, and then he went on to work at Valet, but boy, in those 6-1-6-6 hockey tournaments, you put him in that, could be the difference right there.
Absolutely. Game,
Who got that one?
game changer, some young guys here. I think it might have been Patterson that finally put that in, but a nice break from Valentino and Kissick moving it up the ice. Maybe even a second or a rare third assist to Earl Timmins on that one. I think he may have started the play way back down in his own end. I know Kissick was maybe not totally uncharacteristically up by the other team's blue line, sort of stealthing around here looking for a pass, and they stretched that out and then got one past Aaron Valance, who was sprawling there. Aaron Valance just wrapped up his North Star career a short while ago, and he had a really good run with the North Stars. And nice to see him get a chance to play with some of these local legends. Someday he'll say, I played with that guy.
Yeah.
When he's 50 years old playing in a game like this, he'll say, you wouldn't believe who I played with. I played with Earl Timmins.
Yeah, yeah.
Murray McDonald, leading King Minor scorer of all time. And maybe...
Oh, he did. He gave it to Fensky and on that. And Kissick, nice. I think. Earl didn't get in on that.
Earl didn't get in on that.
So he's still shy of 2 assists in his career.
Nice to see Mayor Fensky get on the board, and as we mentioned, he had a really excellent career. He has a national championship, a university championship. He did play on Team Canada for a short while, and then he went to Holland and had a career there before he decided to before he came back and followed through on his university and did the whole rec director thing and works at Valet now. But most importantly, he's our mayor and doing a great job so far. I mean, look, he brought hometown hockey.
Yeah.
I don't know what that bum Johnston ever did, but it was nice to have Fensky step in and bring us a nice big event like that. It's fantastic.
Did he just fall into this, or was this?
I think he fell into this. Actually, I'm joking a little bit because it was Tim and the former council that sort of got the ball rolling on this, along with the administration, and brought together a huge team of volunteers in the committee community that have been meeting for probably 6 or 7 months now to get all of this stuff up and running. So kudos to them. I was taking a little shot at them, but kudos to them for getting it started, and top marks to Dennis for not only scoring a goal here, but for making this whole weekend happen. Making the resources
there was some
available.
great people on there, like Tammy Burton, who's done a ton of work on there.
Unbelievable time and effort she's put into it.
But there's lots. I don't want to keep saying because it's going to leave somebody out. But Keith Burak and Claude Hickaway.
The co-chairs that stepped up. I know you were there. I think Alex Sutherland was around the table.
Mike and your brother Mike, he's on the ice tonight. Just so many great people around that table. It was just great.
That came together and got this going. And I know there were some rocky times, like there is with any. I mean, this is a new event. We've never done this before, and it's a big event. So there's your ups and downs. But in the end, I mean, when I walked into the grounds today, I was blown away. It was what a great thing for Thompson.
Yeah, and there's not. You know what? There's hardly a piece of real estate out there that's not taken up by something to do with Rogers. You know.
Yeah.
And you know what? Today I just wanted to get on that ball hockey rink. It's just so neat, eh? It was just great.
Sort of looks like it's made out of Lego or something like that. But they put it together. It's got the screen. They got helmets for all the kids and sticks, and it looks like a tiny little arena. And I know the kids I saw out there hacking around with that were just having a great time, right? So in the parking lot. When we looked at it, actually, we were here the other night, and they had it set up Thursday night before our men's league game, and we said we should have a rink there all the time. It would be wonderful to have an outdoor rink there for kids who are watching their older brothers or sisters, something like that. It's right here by the arena. You got a nice place to change, and it looked fantastic. When you walk up, you think, this is Canada. This is hockey.
Oh, it is.
This is what it's all about.
Yeah. Yeah, it had such a good flavor to it. And there was the Xbox place. There was Be a Broadcaster there. They had the Game Center there.
Yeah.
Out there.
Yeah, we didn't try the we didn't try to be a broadcaster.
No.
I was too embarrassed. The kids that were there were pretty good.
I would have lost my job.
It was embarrassing. Those actually may have secretly been tryouts for our jobs.
Looks like Kelly Edwards getting that one, Bruce.
Eddie leaned into that one and managed to get just under the blocker of Valance. It almost looked like a bit of a knuckle puck. Kelly Edwards with a strong shot. Really great backhand, too. That's one of the things that he's always been noted for. A really strong backhand, strong player. Look at him. How could he not be strong? And great shot there that found the back of the net. So 4-3 right now, Team Blue. My 9-8 Team Orange prediction doesn't look so good right now.
No.
But I think Team Orange has been skating pretty good.
And I owe it all to coaching. That's what's keeping this thing balanced.
In the end, it's pretty much about coaching. Marchand over to Edwards. So Eddie Marchand has one of our longest Thompson resumes, actually. He spent a fair bit of time playing same thing, semi-pro or whatever you want to call it, pro hockey after he had a good WHL career as well. So it's really nice that we could have him and his giant hair back here for the weekend.
Giant hair. Yeah, he's got the big hair.
He does have hockey hair if you've ever seen it.
Who's the oldest out there, and who's the youngest, do you think?
That's a really interesting question. I probably Valance is the youngest would be my guess.
Yep. 1 year out.
One to 2, one and a bit out of the North Stars. Oldest probably Timmins.
Earl? Yeah.
I think Timmins. I mean, if we're including the coaches, I think Jack's probably got it.
No, Jack's got that.
But probably the ET, and a pretty nice mix in between it. For a while, it looked like maybe they were just going to bring back some of the people from before, but it's nice to see Justin Valentino. We got a couple other notables I know that couldn't make it back for the game. So Justin Pollock, Lovro's son, is out playing in Victoria right now.
Yes.
And he just couldn't make it back. It would have been really nice to have him. He's got a couple years in with the Moose Jaw Warriors, and now he's traded over out into Victoria. He's playing there. Dylan Hickaway's out there too, playing university, and it would have been really nice to have a chance to bring him back, but they're both still playing, and it's a bit of a long jaunt just to come back for a weekend game of 3 15-minute runtime periods. I know Lovro would have loved to play with him. We had the funny story we were talking about before. Justin signed his WHL contract, but one of the parents had to sign, and Tony, his mom, happened to be sitting closer to the papers as they were having their little discussion around it, but she slid it over to Lovro knowing that it probably meant a little bit more to him to have his name on a WHL contract than it did to her. So Lovro's got a WHL signature on a WHL contract.
Oh, that's a good story.
Along with Justin, so kind of nice there. Baby Bro just had a nice chance to put that one away. Nice little move, and then just missed the yawning cage. I don't know what happened. No eye of the tiger.
No. Getting back to Justin, I had a chance to talk to him just at the end of the North Star season there, and my God, he was so happy to be over there with Victoria and having a shot at this Western Canada there. But he had good years in Moose Jaw, and but you know, and I remember him playing here. My God, he had a couple of great games that I remember. One, he took 80 shots, he won that one. Another time he took another 80. I think he lost that one 2-1 or something like that. But he was a best goalie I've ever seen here.
Workhorse, absolutely. Probably the AAA's best goalie they've ever had. And then he had a couple of those in Moose Jaw, too. When he first moved over there, they had a bit of a young team and were maybe not the top of the league. And he had, again, a couple games where he saw crazy amounts of shots. I don't know what the numbers were, but it was they put him to work.
Yeah, they put him to work.
For sure. And so I think you're right. He was happy to move over to Victoria, to a team that maybe had a little more talent, and as his career in the WHL winds up, a chance to go a little bit further. So good move for him. I know he was kind of backing up, but he had some really good games as soon as he got there, showing off his talents, and I'm sure they were really happy to have him.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you, there's nothing like him, and I wish him well. I hope he goes a long way, but he wasn't drafted. Kind of surprised, but not surprised in a way, because the goaltenders never usually get drafted until way late nowadays.
It's tough.
Oh, there's a pretty goal. There's a good one. And that was Sabatelli.
Little bit of old meats. No, I think that was Jeff English. The good hands of Jeff English chipping her into the top shelf.
Oh, sure it was.
And it was Jarvis that threw it over to him. So saw him busting in hard. I think that's who it was.
Yeah,
and,
it was,
saw him busting hard and put that one right on the tape. It was just a matter of English getting his stick there, but tipped her right into the top corner, too. It's a pretty nice goal.
It was.
That's a hockey goal right there.
That's a hockey goal.
Not like one of these ones from behind the goal line and over by the boards. That was a real hockey goal. So just finishing off the thought on Justin, I know Lovro Pollock played some university hockey with the U of M and played some high-level stuff here at the King Miners, and I actually had a chance to play with him on the Thompson Hawks, too, on one of the years that we won a Manitoba senior championship a few years later. But unbelievable compete level with Lovro.
Yeah,
he pushes extremely hard, and so you can see where Justin got that fight from in those games where he just wouldn't give up after 50, 60, 70 shots. Lovro, an absolutely awesome lacrosse player as well, and I know he had a chance to play some hockey and lacrosse with Mike Ridley, an NHLer that came out of the U of M system, and so they were sort of friends or teammates.
Yeah.
And so he's got some pretty cool stuff, although he just went massively offside. That looked like it went from beyond a compete level to almost a cheat.
A cheat.
So I think we're going to have to talk to him about that. Lovro got the big job at Valet right now and doing a great job over there. So it's nice, again, that we got a chance to have him play here and be involved in all of this kind of stuff. And he really is an incredible volunteer and a huge piece of our community and a huge promoter for Thompson. I mean, he grew up here. He's worked his way up at Valet and at Inco. And so just really a great story for Thompson.
Oh, absolutely. Looking at Murray McDonald out there. Here he's got the puck right now, takes a shot, but Murray McDonald has been on the skates for a long time, but probably one of the best players that I've ever seen that never went on to play in the Western Canada League.
Surprising because, like you say, I mean, everybody who's played against him or seen him play knows that he really was one of the best ever come out of Thompson and did well with that. And you just always wonder, everybody has a different story. Well, for whatever reason that didn't work out or he didn't want it to work out. But I think you're right. It raised a lot of eyebrows when he didn't do that. he's again done an amazing job of building a career at Valet and made Thompson his home. And I mean, we're thankful for that. So it probably worked out for the best for us, but it was a little bit of a surprise as his career wound down or he started to make those choices. So you just never know.
The funny thing about him was that he never played in those Munn Cup years. Oh, there's a goal that slid right on through. But just to finish the thought, he didn't play there because he said he wasn't any good. He told me he wasn't that good back then. So we were talking about late bloomers there, and then when he hit Pee Wee and went on and on, he got better and better and better as he went. Kept improving.
Up and up and up. This line producing heavy for Team Orange. I'm starting to now like my chances.
Your chances have increased, but time is running out here.
Chances for the 9-8. I know we're going to ask Glenn Goodall back up here. Talking about the late bloomers, interesting one with my brother. Didn't play his first year in North Stars when he could have, and he was actually a rink attendant here. He basically took the year off, and he was the guy that moved the nets for the North Stars.
Oh, my
and
God.
some of his buddies said to him they were playing outside and hacking around here at the rink, and they said, you should probably come and give this a try. And so the next year, even missed part of the tryouts, maybe didn't have too much confidence or whatever happened, and then tried out, and obviously things went pretty well for him. And then he moved on to play some junior down in the Manitoba Major Junior in the city and MVP down there and stuff like that.
So he'd rather make money than to play.
I think it was something like that.
Maybe the money was better than playing.
Rather move the nets than play. I don't know.
Yeah. Something to be said for that.
Again, it goes to show you though that.
And he is a banker, so the guy likes the money.
Believe me, he looks after my money and he does a good job.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're going to have a flood here, and we're hoping to get Glenn Laycock up to talk to us. So again, it just goes to show that anything can happen if you really want to work at it.
But after one period, 5-4, that's for Team Blue. I guess we got Blue.
Yeah, Team Blue 5-4. So looking good for my 9-8 prediction. But both teams skating well both ways, and some of the young guns starting to shine. You see Justin Valentino, as we mentioned him. In Lethbridge this year and having a great year. You can tell he's fresh off of some pretty high-level hockey because this is all coming pretty easy to him.
Yeah.
Dennis Fensky looked good on that goal. I think he might have skates that are older than Justin. That's what it looked like. Well, in the next period, we'll see if we can get a close-up maybe of those skates. Oh, hang on. I'm going to... 546. Oh! That's not my ticket number.
Oh.
I didn't win.
Actually, I think Team Orange is winning. Have I got that right?
Team Orange? Yeah, Team Orange. Did I say blue?
Yeah, well, I did.
Oh,
But yeah, no.
I lie all the time.
Yeah, but yeah, we got that right.
Nice one. So Comair, a bunch of good sponsors for this game too. I know that they've got some sort of silent auction stuff that they're going to do later on after the game. Right there, that was a free flight from Comair that everybody that walked through the door had a chance for.
Oh.
You might have missed your ticket, but I grabbed one.
Did you?
I didn't win, which is unfortunate